Popularwissenschaftliche Abendvorträge.
Welcome to today's presentation for the PWAV special on the medieval ages.
It's in the mobs. Theories on the historical setting of Minecraft.
We will discuss theories that are centered around the possible historical setting of the game Minecraft with a specific focus on the monster mobs.
Okay.
Have you ever wondered, while you were running around as a character named Steve, through a landscape of blocks and biomes, where in time you are supposed to be existing in? Yes, it is a game. It is an interactive fictional world. But where and when is it supposed to take place? Which historical setting could it be based on? The aim of today's presentation is to analyze the clues that are embedded within the game and find hidden codes with the help of netizens and Minecraft specialists along the way that might indicate the historical setting of this worldwide beloved game. The discussion of when Minecraft takes place is as old as the game itself. Although an official statement is not too profound, the internet somehow knows that the company behind the game stated that the Minecraft universe was supposed to take place during the medieval times. And there are many hints within the game's landscape and objects that seem to support this argument, which is why this theory has gained a huge following online. But over the last few years, a different theory on the historical setting of Minecraft universe has come to the forefront, arguing that in fact Minecraft is set in a world after the apocalypse. Over the course of this presentation, we will look at the main arguments for Minecraft medievalists and apocalyptists, and test their theories by looking at how they explain the existence of monster mobs within the game, and how each side argues for mobs as an indicator of time and placement in history. But before we look at the zombies and skeletons, let's look at their individual underlying argument for the historical setting of Minecraft in general. Let's start with theory 1 and listen to statements from players that want to argue that Minecraft is taking place during the medieval times.
You probably spawn in an empty field, towering forest, or mighty jungle. This leads me to believe that it probably takes place in the medieval ages somewhere before the Renaissance. There are villages that were common during those ages. There is proof the age of the Mayans and Egyptians had passed, because of the fact that there's temples and pyramids. We know this is not the beginning of the world because strongholds exist, which are reminders of our past ancestors. So I'll take a guess from anywhere between 1000 to 1400 maybe. Before 1492, people thought the world was flat, which explains why you could endlessly walk the Minecraft universe without ever ending up where you started. This leads me to believe that Steve hasn't yet discovered when he would find the world is not flat.
And Minecraft player The Meme Boy says,
honestly, the game has a really medieval feel to it. Swords, bows, all of that would correspond.
Oh, sorry. What happened?
Before 1492, people... honestly, the game has a really medieval feel to it. Swords, bows, all of that would correspond to medieval times. Also, the villages have a classic medieval character. The strongholds look like the medieval prisons. The dungeons remind us the medieval catacombs, and the temples are just a reference to the Mayans, to the ancient Egyptians and the people in Atlantis.
After all these plausible arguments, why are there still people arguing that Minecraft is set in the future, after an apocalypse? Let's take a look at the theory that claims Minecraft must take place or is inspired by an apocalyptic world. One of the theories that argue for for this theory is EBX Toycat. He states,
I think what is actually happening is that the game takes place in the far future. There is some apocalyptic event that wipes out all humans, and as a result of this everything on the earth is wiped out, and has gone back to its natural state.
And he further explains the theory saying,
I don't think villagers are humans. I think what happened is that humans got wiped out millions of years ago, and as soon as the earth became livable again, evolution started happening, and villagers are a new version of humans. Just a few things went different along the evolution chain.
The theory by EBX Toycat can also be applied to other mobs, like animals for instance. If we take a look at this GIF, we can see that the cow has horns like a bull, but it also has udders, so it could be a new hybrid version that can only be explained by the events of apocalypse. When we go further into the discourse of placement of Minecraft in time, we see that sooner or later both parties have to test their argument with the reasoning for the mobs, especially the monsters. Let's take a look at the three most common monster mobs individually, from both perspectives, and further evaluate both theories. For medievalists, the skeleton in Minecraft is a symbol of the Black Death. It was the deadliest pandemic of its kind, where nearly half of the population in Europe died. Around 1350, death was everywhere, and during that time skeletons were a constantly reassuring symbol in art and literature of disease and mortality. Death, symbolized with skeletons, became a personified and ever-present figure. In Minecraft, the skeletons are personified figures of the constant danger of the world in Minecraft, especially in survival mode. Also, the zombies in Minecraft can be explained by the Black Death, as they represent the disease. If infected with the bubonic plague, parasites chew away at your flesh and cause massive breakouts, and your flesh starts to rot. The zombies in Minecraft, once dead, drop rotten flesh. This means that the zombies in Minecraft must be infected with the plague, and they are highly contagious. When zombies bite villagers, the villagers will also turn into zombies. In the Middle Ages, spiders were linked to sin and the devil. Medieval literary texts are scattered with images in which the entrapment of flies is compared to the devil, enmeshing the unwary in web of sin and dragging them off to hell. Despite the fact that most European spiders are not poisonous, it was widely asserted by medical authorities that a person who swallowed a spider would die, or at least become seriously ill. Numerous stories circulate about people who kill themselves, or at least try to, in this way. Therefore, the spiders in Minecraft are not just regular animal mobs, but symbols of the ever-present threat of the devil. Instead, the apocalypticers argue that Minecraft does not take place in a fantastic world during the Middle Ages, but rather is a representation of the world after an apocalypse. Their central argument centers around the idea that all living things in Minecraft can only be explained by a change of environment. Theories who claim Minecraft is placed in the far future after an apocalyptic event argue that mobs that attack the player are mutated creatures. As for the cow, the huge spiders with red eyes are mutated animals set to kill humans, based on the belief that one day nature will turn against humans. Also, skeletons are mutated beings. Through radioactivity, the skeletons of dead human bodies have been brought back to life, similar to zombies. Up until now, the theory is mainly based on environmental changes, but on their own they cannot be proven. But if we take a closer look at zombies in Minecraft, it becomes much more reasonable. Because if we believe that Steve or Alex is in fact human, then nothing in the game's universe resembles the human but the zombies. Which means if Steve is a human, the zombies used to be humans too. Therefore, a zombie apocalypse must have taken place. In the end, Minecraft is a game, and as a fictional world, it must not and will not follow the set rules of each theory. But I still want to argue that this discourse might bring valuable insights. The first being, Where the theories that claim Minecraft is set in the Middle Ages, even though informed by history, their theory is not opposed to the inclusion of fantastical objects and symbols. In contrast, the apocalyptic theories claim that Steve is the only human left in an apocalyptic world in the far future. Even though fictional, it is not understood as fantastical, but a depiction of a real apocalyptic event and its aftermath. I want to argue that the different theories on the placement and time reveal that our imagination of the Middle Ages and the apocalypse have certain similarities. Both sides are not that opposite to another. The way a possible apocalypse is envisioned might have a lot to do with the horrors and the Black Death during the Middle Ages. Why? Let's look at the biblical figures of the four horsemen of the apocalypse. As they represent what humans have turned out to be possible for humanity. The first one is the Antichrist, the dictator that will trying to self-moral discourse. The second one is the personification of law. The third one symbolized canon, and the fourth one is named death, and it brings up cloud. Represented as a skeleton riding a paintbrush. Therefore, the perception of the Middle Ages and the Black Death play into the factories of the apocalypse, but that is just a theory.